Hello and welcome to this HitFilm 2 Express tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use HitFilm 2 Express to create lightsabers that look like they are Lego pieces. Like the Lego piece is emitting the lightsaber. Here's an example of what I have created using this method, and so now I'm going to show you how to make it. Alright, so first up you're going to want to start up HitFilm. Next you're going to want to take your desired clip or picture or whatever you have and add it to the timeline. Next you're going to want to create a composite shot. Okay, we'll call this Anakin. And there we go. Now we have our composite shot. Next up, we're going to want to duplicate this image 4 times. So, as you see, that was pretty quick, and that's basically because I had these clips already in my clipboard to paste. But these are all the same image I imported. So first up, for the first duplication, we're going to call that the glow, and that's basically going to be the core part of the lightsaber. So first up, you're going to, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, you're going to want to turn on your bottom one and just name that whatever you want. I just named it Anakin, but you can call it base or whatever. That's going to be your solid image. I did add a crushed blacks and white effect to it to darken the background so it looks cleaner, which is why it looks cleaner than the original shot. So you're going to want to have your base image. Next, you're going to go up to your top image you duplicated, and like I said, we're going to call this glow. So first up, we're going to want to mask around the lightsaber in the first image. Alright, and that's basically going to give us our lightsaber. So if you don't know what masking is, basically you use this tool, the masking tool, to cut around, make little dot points around the lightsaber. Once you connect them all, they essentially make a cutout. Let's see. Get this to work. Alright. Basically, if I turn off the back image, you're just going to get the handle, or the Lego piece blade, I should say. So that is what we're adding the effects to, and that's how we can distinguish where our effects go. Right, so this is our back image, and if you want to think about it, we basically have two lightsaber blades, just one on top of the other, and the one on top is what's going to have the visual effects. So first up, we have the crushed blacks and whites effect from the previous duplication. Second up, we want a brightness and contrast effect. So when you're looking for your effects, just type it in the search bar. Brightness and contrast effect, and just drag and drop into the bar here. So we add that effect, and we're going to want to put the brightness at 100. Basically, that makes this blade bright. Next up, we're going to want to add a blur, because if you know lightsabers in Star Wars, they're not so clean looking, I guess, because this is light emitting. So we're going to add a blur effect, and we're going to put the radius at 15 and the iterations at 2. and keep the rest of this the same. Alright, see now the lightsaber blade's a little bit blurred. We're getting closer. Next, we're going to add the neon glow. This is the most important part to adding the color. So you can, first up, you want the intensity at 1. Next, you're going to want to pick your color. It can be blue, be orange, purple, green, gold, whatever you want. But for the sake of the character, I'm going with blue. Next, you're going to want to put the expansion at 80. And you're going to put the radius at 150. And finally, you want the blend on screen. Turn that on. And give it a second to load up, and there we go. Now, you're probably thinking, well, there we go. There's our lightsaber. What else do we need to add? Well, actually, there's 2 more things we're going to add. Number 1 is, as you can see right here, we've got the outer glow. If you look closely at pictures of lightsabers, so especially lightsabers from the prequels and The Force Awakens, you'll notice there is actually 2 glows. You have this glow, and then you'll have a faint outer glow, which is why I called it outer glow. And I'll show you that in a second. But also, we're going to have the reflection. And this is not necessary, but in order to add the realistic effect of a light beam, the reflection is basically where we're going to add a glow on the character's face in order for it to look like the lightsaber is reflecting off of him. Alright, so next off we're going to go to the outer glow. Now, in order for my computer not to completely slow down, we are going to just turn off the visibility for the first glow. Alright, so now we're on the second glow, the outer glow. And basically for the mask, you're just going to copy the one from the first one. Just click copy, and then you're going to paste it on to the mask of the outer glow layer. Oh, I also forgot to mention, be sure to put your feather strength on the mask to 14, which also helps the look of the lightsaber, the kind of a blurry effect. Alright, so the visual effects are pretty similar. Just the expansion and the radius, I believe, are the only difference. Yeah. Those are the only major differences. So you're going to want to keep your neon glow colored the same. So brightness and contrast, keep that at 100. Blur, 15. And the radius at 15, and iterations at 2. Now for the neon glow on this one, you're going to want to put it at 8.8. And you're going to put the expansion at 200 and the radius at 200, and put the blend on screen to show you the variations. Turn on the outer glow. We'll start with the first one. Brightness and contrast. Blur. Neon glow. There we go. Now you might notice that's actually a bit wider. The glow is actually a bit wider than the first one. So I'll show you what they look like on top of each other. This is the first one, the normal glow. Now the outer glow. Give it a second. Almost there. There we go. So as you can see, it adds an extra glow to the lightsaber. If you look close, you'll see kind of where this one stops and this one begins, and that's basically kind of a to replicate what they did in the prequels and Episode 7. Just kind of the way they depicted lightsabers in those movies. So, yeah. Alright, and finally, we're going to turn these two off. The outer and just regular glow of the lightsaber. And next, we're going to do the reflection. This is the third layer. And basically, this is a mask around Anakin. So if you'll notice, I basically masked around all the areas where the lightsaber reflection would glow on his face. And I put the feather strength up really high in order to make the glow softer. I cranked it up to 108. So you're going to want to crank that feather strength up really high if you're going to add a reflection on your character. For the visual effects, let's see here. I'll turn these off so I can show you. Alright, first up, you're going to want crushed blacks and whites that I added earlier. Once again, that's strictly because of the way I want to show my image with a black background. But this time, I've cranked the white up to 80. And basically, that's for a whiter glow on his face. See, if I turn it off, his face isn't so bright, but when I turn it on, click the wrong one. Whoops. There we go. When I click him, turn the reflection on, it makes his face brighter, which is what we want. Next, we got brightness and contrast. Put the brightness up to 30, contrast at 58, and a lot of this for the reflection you're going to have to play with and mess around with, because I find it varies from minifigure to minifigure and setting to setting. So turn on the brightness and contrast, and that adds a huey glow to him, almost makes him look like an angel. Are you an angel? Alright. So next, we're going to add crushed blacks and whites again. This time, we're going to crank the black up to 41. Yeah, and it makes it, kind of subdues it again. Next, we're going to add color temperature. Now, this is, color temperature works for red lightsabers and blue lightsabers, because basically what it does, it makes your image either blue, like bluish color, or orangish color. So this works, like I said, for blue and red lightsabers, but you're going to want to put a brightness and contrast effect instead here for, say, a green lightsaber, and mess around with the contrast to get the right color. Is it brightness and contrast, or is it I can't remember. I don't know. I forgot. Oh well. Basically there's another effect on here to use for other lightsabers. Wait, I think I remembered. Hue, saturation, and lightness, yeah. Basically add that here, and you can play around with the hue shift. See, it makes them look kind of different colors. So you'd want it right about there for a green lightsaber. But right now I'm using color temperature. So we want the color temperature up to 9900. And basically that's going to be a cold color. So as you see, he's blue. Kind of a bluish color on his face. Finally, we want to add a glow effect. We're going to add the intensity to 0.9, the threshold to 81.0, and the radius to 102. We're going to add the blend to add. Let me see. Here we go. In advanced, you're going to want to click the add, use A and B colors, and select the same color as the lightsaber. So if you want blue to reflect on his face, then use the same blue color you used for the lightsaber glow. And there we go. Just a second. There we go. Alright, turn off the original Crush Blacks and Whites. I forgot about that. Might as well delete that. So basically, this is what you're going to be left with. Alright, so now I'll turn on the outer glow and the normal glow, or just the glow effect. Let's see what we got. Give it a second to load up. The computer's a bit slow rendering these lightsaber effects. So, there we go. Alright, now we have our lightsaber. And obviously these visual effects can be used for, say, stop motion animation, where you have a pre-rendered animation and you can use not tracking, what's it called? I don't remember what's it's called. Use a path, and basically you move your mask every time your frame moves in order for the lightsaber to move with it. So, alright guys, that is pretty much how I make my lightsaber. It's kind of complicated, but once you get it the first time, you can just keep duplicating it over and over again on various projects and just change the color whenever you need to. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this first tutorial. If you want more, then hey, let me know. A lot of these visual effects I've been posting up on my Flickr stream, with various characters and pictures I'm doing. That's where I'm most active right now, so I would definitely suggest either follow me on Flickr or, hey, I post on Instagram as well. Links to all that will be in the description. So, yeah, I post anywhere from Star Wars stuff to Marvel, to the occasional Lord of the Rings, and some stuff from the collectible minifigure series as well. So that's where I am putting a lot of my visual effects efforts right now, which is where this picture came from. Alright guys, until next time, I'll catch you all later. Bye.